Welcome everyone, we're back with another episode of Band of Brothers, and this is part 9, and it's called Why We Fight.
And this is them going into Germany.
Yeah,
we heard in the last episode.
The very last bit was that they're about to enter Germany, so yeah, Why We Fight.
Is this going to be the victory?
I don't think so.
I know we've still got one more episode, but
I'm thinking it's going to be a reflection of like, this is why we do what we do, this is why we fight.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be, they're going to go into Germany and see, I don't know, I think there's going to be, at the end, they're going to like reflect on like, this is why we do it. I think that maybe if they liberate like towns in Germany or whatever and really make progress into Germany, and then they'll be like, this is why we do it. And then it'll be people at home living like we live how we live today because of what they did, and this is why they do it. They're doing it for us. I think that might be what the title means.
We saw in the end of the last episode, Lipton actually got honourably discharged.
Yes. Yeah.
We didn't realise that at the time. Conversation going on at the back of the room, and we didn't catch that. No. So yeah, honourable discharge for
very much
Lipton. I mean, he certainly went above and beyond what was almost expected of him at the rank that he was.
He's been an incredible part of this series so far. And yeah, he completely deserves it.
Yeah, I'm going to miss him. Yeah, he was such a great, I say character, it's not even a character.
It's not a character.
Such a great person. I know, it's really hard to sometimes get that correlation in there because we're obviously watching a show, but these aren't, they're actors, but they're playing real people.
Depicting real life events.
Yes, exactly that. But no, he was exceptional, and I believe it was episode 7 in particular where he really took charge of the situation. We saw that Dyke was having a bit of a disaster.
That was the advancement on Foy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And yeah,
that was that episode where he just hit us over and over and over again.
Yeah. Yeah, the last episode was it was the last patrol, wasn't it?
Yes.
And it was Winters made that huge call. I think we touched on it in the outro quite a bit, that he basically said, get a good night's sleep, we're not doing this. No. And then we're going to tell
Colonel Sink,
that's it. And basically told him that it was a...
I get it. Yeah, it was once Winters realised that this was being used as more of a brownie points scoring system. Yes. Yeah. And because of that, they had already... They lost somebody on the mission. Was it Jackson?
Jackson, it was, yeah.
Yes. So they lost Jackson on the mission. And when you weigh up risk versus reward, I think that Winters made a good call 100%. There. Completely respect.
We're not going to risk any more of our men for what is essentially bragging rights.
Yes,
if you like.
Exactly. So. But no, absolutely loving the series. I know we say this on every single episode, but we really are.
Yeah, it's great.
The 9th part. Let's jump into it. Please drop the episode a like if you haven't done so already, and we hope you enjoy.
It was a situation there where everybody was happy to see the war coming to an end, and the Germans didn't really have that much of a heart for it, and they realized the end was there.
We used to say only good crowd is a dead one. Hey, that was a kid. Most of them were kids. We all were kids.
They had a job to do the same way as me. We went about and did the job that we had to do.
I think we thought that the Germans were probably the evilest people in the world. As the war went along, we found out also that it wasn't the Germans per se.
A lot of those soldiers, I've thought about this often. That man and I might have been good friends. We might have had a lot in common. You never know. Of course, they were doing what they were supposed to do. I was trying to do what I was supposed to do. Under different circumstances, we might have been good friends.
Everyone's following orders.
They are.
Ultimately.
Yeah.
Some would be very much behind the calls. Some won't be.
Some of them are there because they haven't got a choice. Yeah, quite interesting to think about it that way, actually. So 1945, yeah, so it's the year the war ended. So we are getting very close.
I'd say that German place.
Tallinn.
I like that. Been destroyed.
Them just playing that before that destruction surrounding them. Just trying to save anything they can. Even collecting up the bricks that aren't broken.
Is that just a rug there? Yeah, it's just
I
a
think
rug.
So, yeah. Just literally trying to salvage anything. What I'm guessing is their homes.
Tell you one thing about the Krauts. They sure clean up good.
All he needs is a little Mozart.
Beethoven.
Sorry, sir.
That's not Mozart. That's Beethoven.
Guessing that's going to be the end of what we're about to see. Oh, 1 month earlier. Stelzelberg.
Thanks, mate.
I don't know if that's right. Sounds it.
Given our track records on the channel, everyone's probably relieved that you say it, not me.
You grab the chicken and I'm going to grab the eggs. Come on, chicken. All right, this thing bites me, Frank. Guten Tag, Fräulein.
Guten Tag.
Hold on. Come on, George!
Hey, come on. I just want to talk to you. Just want to talk.
Verstehe nicht.
Look what I got. Chocolate bar. Huh? Like chocolate? Eh?
Hey, Luz, why don't you leave her alone?
Frank, why don't you just leave me alone, okay? Cigarettes. Camel? Yeah, you like that, huh?
Oh, Luz!
Okay. Frank, please, why don't you go make your omelet?
Well, you ain't getting none of my eggs, you blockhead.
2 packs. You give it to your friends or something. Why don't you come sit down? Want to sit down?
I'm guessing she doesn't speak any English.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Just wonder what he's doing.
Yeah. How'd you go from chocolate to cigarettes?
Just whatever.
I suppose it's all they have.
Yeah.
Jesus, come on. What?
Why was he feeling his face? Did he get slapped by her?
I think so.
I'm thinking he may have propositioned her and got slapped.
Yeah.
Jumped into Berlin, the war's over.
Yeah, huh?
It's a good spot.
No dice with the Fräulein?
No dice. She smacked me in the mouth.
Just that little touch on the jaw made me think, well,
Where's my stop?
that's Tom Hardy. That's a very, very, very young Tom Hardy. We're looking at his butt right now, but when you see his face, you'll...
Wow.
That's mad.
I tell you what, I wouldn't have noticed that. And I've seen people saying that Tom Hardy makes an appearance.
Yep.
Mate, he actually looks so different.
Yeah, he does.
Who would have thought somebody looks different after 20 years?
I know, it's crazy.
Well, they're candle holders.
Yeah, I'm guessing they're worth something.
You got a box all this stuff will fit into?
Yes, sir, I think so. Same destination?
Yeah.
Yes, sir, I'll make sure it goes out first thing in the morning.
Thank you, Private.
Well, your folks are sure gonna have quite a collection by the time you get home, sir.
Finders keepers.
So he's sort of bribing him with cigarettes to send stuff that he's
Yes.
found back to his family.
Yeah. Is this going to fit into the... Wasn't there rumours of a load of art that went missing during the war? German paintings.
Kind of rings a bell, but I'm not sure. Imagine they're all in his house.
Making combat jumps with the 17th. I'm in supply briefings all morning.
Yeah, lucky me.
No, congratulations.
Not bad for someone who's never fired his weapon in combat, huh?
Really? Really? You've never?
Nope.
Wow.
Not even with all the action we've seen?
Not around.
So, how'd it go this morning, the jump?
It's great. Fantastic.
This is unlike Nick's, isn't it?
Yeah.
The rest of the boys?
Well, they blew up over Germany somewhere. Boom.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's probably why.
Yes.
Well, tough situation.
Oh,
for
yeah,
you.
the boys. Yeah. It's terrible. Oh, well, it wasn't me. You know, the real tragedy is they also lost their CO, so guess who gets to write all the letters home?
Drinking heavily.
Yes.
Got a visit from Colonel Sig this morning.
And Howley's the good colonel.
Concerned? Still drinking nothing but the VAT 69, huh?
One of the finest for Mrs. Nixon's baby boy.
Had a problem up at regiment?
Is that what he said? No.
Good. She'll be happy to hear that Sink is transferring you back down to Battalion S3.
What do you think I should write to these parents, Dick?
Hear what I said, Nix? You've been demoted.
Yeah, demoted, got you.
Oh, wow.
Because I don't know how to tell them their kids never even made it out of the goddamn plane.
Our sons died as heroes.
You really still believe that?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Don't you?
Yeah, that's a very different Nick's to what we've seen before.
Yeah, he's really deflated, isn't he?
Yes.
Food packages stateside to assist the...
Then to hear he's been demoted as well.
Yeah. I feel like he's almost going down the same road that Buck went down.
Yeah.
He's now questioning, Nix is now questioning the greater good and almost whether it's worth it.
Yes.
Oklahoma, where the wind comes, sleeping down in the wind comes right behind the rain.
Keith, you sitting on your bayonet? Rita Hayworth's getting married.
Oh, Rita, say it isn't true.
Wartime news. Resistance in the rear pocket's crumbling. It looks like there might be a breakout in Remagen. Apparently, the Krauts forgot to blow up one of their bridges when they headed back over the Rhine. Their boys in the 17th Airborne did okay after all.
I haven't heard him doing any accents for a while.
No, I was just thinking that.
So when do you think we're gonna jump into Berlin, see some real action? You're in a rush? So what? You wanna go home with a Congressional Medal of Honor or something? Damn replacements.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's a replacement.
Wasn't he
Looks
previously
new.
a replacement? The one who just said damn replacements.
That was was that Bacante?
Hallelujah.
Yeah, that was Bacante. No, he got shot in the butt, didn't he?
Tell me nothing's happening.
Nothing's happening.
Yeah, Rocco just finished it.
Oh, yeah? Any sex in it?
Ain't that kind of book.
First question.
Yeah, most important one when you're thinking about a book.
A tree grows in Brooklyn and then he's sexing it.
He's not having a good start, is he?
No.
Hey, O'Brien, relax, would you? I'm trying to read.
It's O'Keefe. Patrick O'Keefe. My friends call me Patty.
She'll be coming around the mountain, just what you need.
Hey, O'Brien, shut up.
I told you, it's O'Keefe.
Do you know why no one remembers your name? It's because no one wants to remember your name. There's too many Smiths, D'Amatos, and O'Keefes who show up here replacing Toccoa men. That you dumb replacements got killed in the first place. They're all piss and vinegar. Where the crowd's at? When do I get to jump into Berlin? 2 days later? With their blood and guts hanging out. Begging for their goddamn mother. Them dumb fucks don't even know they're dead yet. Do you understand that this is the best part of fucking war I've seen? I got hot chow, hot showers. Germany is almost as good as being home. I even got to wipe my ass with real toilet paper today. So quit asking about when you're gonna see some action, will you? And stop with the fucking love songs.
You say love songs?
Yeah.
Is it a love song?
I don't know. I expect him to start humming again.
No, I don't think he will now. Not after that.
No. He's feeling bad.
When you ship out? A few weeks ago?
Yeah.
It's been 2 years since I seen home. 2 years.
There must have been a lot of that, to be fair, like when the replacements come in, because it is new. They are going to be more upbeat.
Too keen, aren't they, as well?
Yes, and
eager. Way too keen to see conflict.
Check out the embankment on the far side.
President's dead.
Pair of queens bets.
$2.
No, I'm out.
I'll call you two. This war's not about fighting anymore. It's about who gets what.
Go ahead and deal me out of the next hand.
What about your money?
Are we waiting on him again?
Yep.
Gotta get more alcohol.
Yeah, that's it. It's not worth going out in that weather.
No, I don't know why I feel really on edge.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
Sir.
Hey, Next, how you doing? See you. Know what that was?
No.
Oh, I hope Nix doesn't spiral. I really like him.
Yeah, same.
Captain Nixon, good to see you, sir. I think I have some mail for you. Since you're here.
Thanks. Listen, I'm having some trouble finding some whiskey.
Whiskey?
Yeah, particular brand of whiskey.
Bad 69. I gotta be honest with you, sir. That ain't gonna be easy to find here in Germany.
Yeah, don't I know it?
And even if I do find some, sir, it ain't gonna be cheap.
Well, that won't be a problem. 300,000 Krauts just surrendered.
300?
Yeah. We're moving out in an hour. 1 hour? Yeah.
Sir, your mail.
Keep looking.
I really hope that's good news in that letter.
Yeah, same. Seems like it needs some.
Excuse me. Pardon me. Call it, sir. I can move on. Let's go.
Jesus Christ, the dog? Katz is divorcing me.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
He's taking everything. He's taking the house.
The dog.
Kid. He's taking the dog. It's my dog! He's taking my dog! Let's go! Run up! Come on!
That's what happened to Buck as well, wasn't it? His wife left him.
Exactly same, yeah. Am I tripping or did I just see Lipton?
Hey, Pagani.
Yeah. I thought, yeah.
Hey, where we headed?
Go on to the office. Let me see that lighter.
That near Berlin, sir?
Nope.
So that mean no drop into Berlin?
No drop into Berlin. Hitler ordered the Waffen SS to hole up in the mountains, repel all the invaders.
Damn, I like the sound of that.
Lighter.
All right, nice lighter.
Yeah, I wonder what Lipton's still doing there if he was honourably discharged.
Yeah, that's definitely what we got told.
Yeah.
So
whether there's a time limit on that or whether it's once this mission is over or...
I thought I saw him playing poker earlier and I thought it must just be my eyes going crazy.
He ain't gonna jump no more. Glory, glory, what a hell of a way to die.
Glory, glory, what a hell of a way to die.
Okay, Vince? Yeah, I'm fine.
Ain't gonna drop no more.
She hates that dog.
He's not over, is he?
No.
He lay there rolling round in the welter of his gore. Glory, glory, what a hell of a way to die. He ain't gonna jump no more.
First thing I'm gonna do is get my job back at the cab company in Frisco. Then I'm gonna find me a nice Jewish girl. Great big soft titties.
So Jewish and big breasts. That's what he's looking for.
Be some dating profile, wouldn't it?
Yeah. He's a simple man.
It's about why we're fighting the war.
Why we fight?
Why are we fighting the war, Janovic? It seems that the Germans are bad. Very bad.
He's keeping this really simple for him.
Hey, Frank, this guy's reading an article over here that says the Germans are bad. Guess I'll finish school.
Wait a minute, finish school? You mean all this time you've been talking about Harvard this and Harvard that?
One thing I haven't told you anything.
I haven't told you anything.
Hey, you know what? You're right. Should have fuck what? So what did you say?
We've been following this convoy for quite some time.
You're now entering enemy territory.
Bitte, was machen Sie denn hier?
She's got 5 minutes.
Was hat sie gesagt? Was hat sie gesagt?
Oh, Liebgott speaks German, doesn't he?
Germany, I've never met one Nazi yet.
Yeah, Webster does as well.
Yeah.
Wir sind keine Nazis! Come on!
They just commandeered the house. The building as like a base or something.
Sounds like a lot of people. Oh my god.
Those are 300,000 that surrendered.
They're not holding weapons. So yeah, potentially.
Even in defeat, they still know how to march with pride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You stupid crowd bastards! You stupid fascist pigs! What were you thinking?
That's enough, Webster. Give it a rest.
Yeah, that was a random...
Yeah.
You ignorant, servile scum! What the fuck are we doing here?
I just think Nix is taking this in.
Might
That's
be
exactly
making
what
him think.
he's thinking at the moment.
Those are the vehicles that can go on water as well. Oh. So yeah, they just shrugged it off.
Yeah, they've seen it, haven't they? Yeah, I don't really understand like the so-called unwritten rules around surrendering. Because obviously 300,000 have surrendered and are sort of being marched out. Some of those a lot of those look military as well.
Yeah, yeah.
But then those three look like they had surrendered as well, but then they're killed.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure why they were killed there.
I want to send out some patrols. I have a dog here in the village, easy and fox in the woods.
Easy Company's gonna take the northwest.
You're not worried about an ambush, are you?
No, just in case we have to stay here for the night.
Makes sense. Survey the area if you've got to stay there.
Especially in daylight. If it does mean you've got to stay the night, you don't want to be doing that in dusk or night time.
No.
Okay.
Sarge.
Why the hell are you so jumpy, boy?
I'm not jumpy. I'm fine.
Shit. Can hear your heart pounding in Arkansas, boy.
Let's give the kid a break, Bull.
Kind of reminds you of Bastogne.
Yeah, now that you mention it. Except, of course, there's no snow. We got warm grub in our bellies, and the trees aren't fucking exploding from crowd artillery. Bull, smack him for me, please.
Hello? Hello?
I think he's looking for more silverware.
I don't know. He's obviously most interested in the whiskey, and he did say money wasn't up. There you go.
Yeah. That's not it.
Dog.
Yeah.
Hopefully not the same as his.
Who do you think he's going to steal the dog?
Imagine that.
Send this back home for me.
He says about the dog, well, I feel like that it's more than just the dog, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. I'm guessing that was a picture of her husband there. Maybe he was one of the ones that was marching off.
Sure is quiet.
Yeah, I don't like this at
No.
all. I'm with him on this.
He is right, fellas.
It's foggy as well.
Yeah. Looks like they're being watched.
Yes.
That's the safety coming off. Sounds like a waterfall or something.
Oh,
just wind.
God.
Wind's picking up.
What's this episode doing to me?
You see Foley?
No.
Hey guys, anyone guys see any of the officers?
Hey, Pop.
Pop, I see any of the officers?
Sent back to deliver a message.
Oh, you see any of the officers?
Yeah, Major Winters is right in there.
Oh, yeah, Winter's major now, isn't he?
Yes,
Got promotion.
promoted again.
We found something. Oh, we're on a patrol. And,
Frank, what is it?
I don't know, sir. I don't know.
He can't describe it. What on earth do you think this could be?
Oh, it was a POW camp. Looks like a concentration camp.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, the striped clothes is synonymous with concentration camps in Germany.
Yeah, they've all been shaved, haven't they?
Sir. It looks abandoned though.
I'm guessing because everyone surrendered and left, so
Yeah.
this was just left behind.
Give us some room here. Stand back.
They look nearly dead.
Why we fight.
Yeah.
Without them, everyone here would have died.
Christensen, any of your men speak German?
No, sir.
Liebgott!
Liebgott, yeah.
Liebgott, yeah.
Liebgott! Major needs you up front right now.
Sure.
All right, boys. These people need care. Give them water and any spare rations you might have.
Oh, there's bodies everywhere.
Oh, there's loads. I bet the smell of death is everywhere. It's going to be an eye-opener for the replacement.
I feel like it's an eye-opener for everyone.
Yeah.
I don't think any of them would have expected to have found this. Oh my god.
Pomozite. Molim vas, pomozite. Još je živ.
Okay, take some water.
Voda. Dve vodi. Hey, boy.
You said the guards left this morning, sir.
Fanden Sie aber einige von diesen
Langsam bitte, like they burned some of the huts first.
mit den Gefangenen immer noch drinnen.
Well, the prisoners still in them, sir. Alive.
Jesus Christ. Ganz
For some of the prisoners that try to stop them.
Sie wurden getötet. Sie wurden ganz
Some of them were killed. They didn't have enough ammo for all the prisoners, so
töteten so viele sie konnten.
killed as many as they could
Und dann verließen sie einfach das Lager.
before they left the camp.
Und gingen
Locked the
Richtung
gates
Süden.
behind them and
Someone in town must have told them we were coming.
Will you ask him what kind of camp this is? Why are they here?
Was ist das hier?
Für Unerwünschte, wirklich.
He says it's a work camp for Unerwünschte. I'm not sure what the word means, sir.
Criminals?
I don't think criminals, sir. Verbrecher.
Nein.
No. Musicians,
Schreiber, Schneider,
tailors,
Intellektuelle.
clerks,
Juden.
Jews.
Yeah, I thought that's what he said.
Polish and gypsies.
Liebgott?
The women's camp is at the next railroad stop.
Wow, there's another one.
Hey, babe, come here. Look at their arms.
All numbered.
Like cattle.
I was about to say they've been branded, haven't they? Oh my god.
It's insane.
Keith?
Certainly not what he was expecting to see.
Die.
Find Spears and figure out how the hell to get him some food and water.
When he couldn't describe what it was, I'm wondering if they didn't even know at this point that there were these concentration camps everywhere in Germany.
What's that cheese?
Was machen Sie da? Halt! Stehen bleiben! Ich habe
Take everything. Take it all.
taking all the food to feed them.
Shut up! Soll das Brot augenblicklich wieder zurückgehen? Das gehört uns hier! Shut up, you Nazi fuck!
Ich bin kein Nazi. Ich bin kein Nazi.
Not a Nazi. My mistake, you fat fucking prick. How about a human being? Are you one of those? Or are you gonna tell me that you never smelled the fucking stench?
Webster speaks German, so I don't know why he's speaking to him in English. If you wanted to actually question him.
Yeah.
Plenty to go around, please.
Hey, Joiners. Yes, sir. This is Dr. Kent, the regimental surgeon.
We need to stop giving these men food right now. They're starving. We give them too much to eat too quickly, they'll eat themselves to death. We need to keep them in the camp till we can find a place for them in town.
You want us to lock these people back up? We got no choice, Nix.
Otherwise, they might scatter. We can supervise their food intake and medical treatment. So, until we find someplace better.
Colonel Sink.
I get the logic, but locking them back up again just seems horrific.
We found something I believe you ought to see, sir.
Oh, okay. So Sink's passed it up command as well.
Got to, Joe.
It's hard for him, isn't it? He's being Jewish as well.
These prisoners have to be put back in the camp immediately. Let the men know.
Achtung bitte! Danke. Sie müssen wieder ins Lager zurück. Es ist nur für eine kurze Zeit. Mit wichtiger Messe und mit Medizin ziehen Sie wieder ins Lager.
Just having to go back and live among the dead.
Wo kommen die Herren und schicken uns wieder zurück?
Must have been so hard to deliver that message.
100%. You could tell he did not want to do that.
No.
Turns out I'm staying in the only dry friggin' house in Germany.
Thought you weren't drinking a local.
Yeah, well.
Heard from Division. Been finding camps like this all over the place.
Yeah. So this was the first.
Seems the Russians liberated one a lot worse.
Worse?
Yeah, 10 times as big. Execution chambers, ovens, for cremating all the bodies.
Locals claim that they never even knew the camp existed. They say we're exaggerating.
They're gonna have a hell of an education tomorrow. General Taylor declared martial law about an hour ago. Ordered every able-bodied German in town aged 14 to 80 to start burying the bodies. 10th Armored are gonna supervise cleanup.
Did you say 14 to 80?
You head out for Talem tomorrow. 1,200 hours.
Talem.
14-year-olds and 80-year-olds at either end of the limit burying bodies.
But it shows that Nix has progressed slightly, where he's no longer. He said he wasn't drinking local. He was only drinking that VAT 69. Now he's happy to drink anything.
Oh, that stench must be awful.
Horrible. They're digging mass graves. Oh, it's a lady whose house he was in.
Yes. I'm guessing her husband was in the military, and that's the photo that he dropped.
Yeah, that's what I thought, yeah.
Hitler's dead.
Holy shit.
Shot himself in Berlin.
Is the war over, sir?
No. We have orders to Berchtesgaden. We're gonna move out 1 hour.
Why? The man's not home.
The man's not home.
Should have killed himself 3 years ago. Saved us a lot of trouble.
Yeah, he should have. But he didn't.
During the following months, Allied forces discovered numerous POW concentration and death camps. These camps were part of the Nazi attempt to effect the final solution to the Jewish question. Between 42 and 45, 5 million ethnic minorities and 6 million Jews were murdered, many of them in the camps. 11 million. Yeah, that was heavy. I did not expect that, and that explains when he went back and found Winters why he couldn't explain what they had found, because at that point they weren't aware of these camps, so they had no idea. That's why they had no idea what it was. So that was sort of the beginning of discovering all of these camps across Germany, when they realised just how many people had been slaughtered.
I'm guessing when they say the final solution, it was to rid the world, if you like, or at least Germany, of Jewish people. So that's what that was alluding to.
Yes.
Do you know what? One final bit of cruelty when the guards left that camp. is they still locked the gate. They were leaving. They were moving out, and they still couldn't just leave those gates open.
No. Well, if they had the ammo, they were going to slaughter all of them. It's only because they ran out of ammo, so they just left the rest there to just perish without food or water. Well, water would have obviously been the immediate impact, but yeah, I mean, the condition that they were in, yeah, that was a hard watch.
Yeah.
That really was a hard watch. That was... And just to think up until that point, because they hadn't made it into Germany, I'm guessing that the outside world had no idea what was going on.
No.
So they were fighting... I mean, this is the interpretation I take from it, so please correct me if I'm wrong when I say this, but it seems like this war was going on and the plan was to get to Germany to win the war. But up until they actually made it into Germany, this was completely unknown, that there were, 11 million people that had been killed in these camps.
Yeah. It wasn't just
military on military.
No. Well, Hitler's master plan was to rid Germany of Jewish people. That was the main part of his ideology. So that's why predominantly the people in these camps were Jewish, but like any ethnic minority, I think it's black people, gypsies, anyone that wasn't white, blonde hair, blue eyed, that's who he wanted to eradicate.
I was going to say, I've heard of that before, the whole blonde and blue eyed theory. So anyone who had brown hair, brown eyes was killed.
I don't know.
Does it stretch to that far?
Being of a different ethnicity and being a minority was enough. I don't.
This could be a really, really stupid question, but how would they know who is Jewish and who isn't?
I don't know, because obviously you would have got Jewish people that would have lied, the ones that would have escaped Germany before that.
Yeah.
And then you've got stories of people like hiding Jewish people in their homes. Anne Frank is a very popular story where she hid.
Do you think the locals were being honest when they said that they had no idea the camp was there?
I don't think so.
They must have known,
because
right?
the bodies have to go somewhere. They're not burying them en masse. They're basically incinerating them, and then I've seen pictures of them, and they have these big chimneys, and the smoke just billows out for miles around. So I don't believe they wouldn't smell that. Especially the fact that
I agree.
There was a female camp nearby as well, so I don't believe that. No.
Yeah. I don't even know if this was on purpose or not, but I found it interesting that Webster didn't speak German at all in that episode. Because we obviously had the episode where Webster came back, and part of the reason that he was a real necessity on the extraction of the POWs was the fact that he spoke German.
Yeah.
And he didn't in this one. You could tell that he obviously was extremely angry. He was standing up when the 300,000 were being evacuated out almost. They were retreating because they had surrendered.
Yeah.
And he was obviously yelling and shouting at them, and we saw it again where he lost it with the baker.
Yes. Maybe he despises Germans that much that
he doesn't want to.
He only wants to speak it when he needs to. Maybe he doesn't know how to swear in German, and that was obviously when they were trying to get the bread and the cheese. Then
talking of those in the military that can speak German, the message that had to be delivered to the POWs that they were going back in to the centre, that hit him so hard. Like you say, being Jewish.
Yeah, it's going to hit them all hard, but it's going to be closer to home. Him being Jewish.
Well, and I think he was taking in the realisation that the reason that they were there was because they were Jewish.
Yeah, it's more than just Nazis versus Allies. He's actually going against what he believes in as well, and his people, if you like. So it's going to hit even closer to home. But it makes sense with the food. You can't just start ingesting all the food you want, because it will mess your body up. That's what even people that suffer severe dehydration, you can't just neck a gallon of water. But having to put them back in the camp and then lock them back away, that's the hardest part.
Yes, because as I say, they could then scatter, and I'm guessing at that point they were still taking in exactly what was going on, needing intelligence, and
they're going to cause issues, aren't they? Because they're still going to be hungry and thirsty.
I understand why they would want them there, because then, like I say, you can ration the food out, and it's just such a tough one, because having been in those conditions,
it's a shame there isn't anywhere else they can put them.
Yes, exactly.
Which is it's a shame.
Then we found out that they were keeping the men and women separate. So they had another one just over the roads or the tracks where the women's camp was. It was really, I was worried for Nix in that episode.
Yeah,
I was worried. I didn't, because he was saying about the fact he hadn't faced combat and the way he was going. I was really concerned that if there was going to be some combat in this episode, that something may happen to Nix, because what I found really interesting about his storyline in here is that we saw similarities to, certainly from what was going on for Buck. With Buck, he had kind of just seen things that stayed with him and affected him obviously greatly. With Nix, he was starting to question why they were there, what are they doing, and then he got the letter from home about obviously his wife's leaving him, she's taken the child, his child with her and his dog, and that kind of sent him over the edge. But Nix has been somebody all through this that has been so well put together, and it's almost scary he's always liked his drink, but even though we knew that, I'd never seen that as actually a problem.
Doesn't seem to
in a weird way. It was almost like a little drink. He would hide it, wouldn't he? In Winter's, I forget what it was called. It was just like a unit on the floor,
at the foot of his bed.
Yes,
his foot locker, bed locker, whatever it was. I can't remember what it was called.
And he would hide the alcohol there. And I'd never really seen that as an issue. But he's so well grounded, put together. Logical. He didn't want to go back to the US when he had the chance, and that's when they were in Bastogne, I believe, as well.
Yes.
He gave that up for somebody else to go in his place. And it's almost scary to see that even someone who seems that well grounded with everything that's going on around them and the mission as a whole can unravel in that way. And it did just seem like he was being hit and hit and hit. But when they found the camp, it did, even though he obviously continued to drink more after that, I think he realised it almost was the answer to the why are we doing this?
Yeah, like this is why. This is bigger than just me.
Yes.
This is a massive reason why we do it, not just the people at home, but
it's a humanitarian crisis.
Exactly.
Like there's millions of people that need them.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that some of that resonated with him. And it was interesting. What did you make of the little screen time that we saw of him and the lady at the house that he went into? Because obviously they had that acknowledgement of each other when he was back in the camp and she was trying to assist with a mass grave.
I don't know what was going through his head. It's quite poignant that she's burying the dead of the people that her husband, I'm assuming, helped to kill. But it's kind of it's like a full circle moment, if you like.
I was wondering if he was looking at that as, because when he first saw her in the house and he just left, I'm wondering if this time around, this was my interpretation of it, so treat this as very loose, but I was wondering if he was just thinking that he was just seeing the good all of a sudden because her husband was fighting, he has no idea whether or not her husband wanted to fight in the war in the first place, but even if he did, she's there helping out with the victims. I know they said everybody was going to be doing it.
Yeah, it's martial law, they didn't get a choice.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't necessarily mean that she supports what's going on.
No.
We don't know.
No, we don't know exactly. We don't know that she's inherently bad. We don't know that her husband was, but I mean, he looked like he was quite a high-ranking officer, so I'm guessing he was. He's not just there. He's not forced to be in the military. I'm guessing being higher up, you're there because you want to be there.
Yes.
And you bought into this ideology. But her, we don't know. It didn't allude to what her thoughts were. But that moment where she's burying the dead, I think you might be right, or you're onto something there, and at least that maybe you thought, I'm
definitely on something. It's my interpretation. So even if others disagree with me.
Yeah.
My interpretation.
No, I think it's a good one.
But no, that was that was a really heavy episode.
It's the hardest watch. It's the hardest watch so far.
I would say that episode 6 was kind of where things changed, and we followed Eugene Rowe, the doc. That was the first episode I felt that it was a really different kind of watch.
Yeah.
Episode 7, I have never been so on edge from start to finish. It was just again and again and again and again, and there was no respite. This was just hugely unexpected and really sad. And I feel like those 3 episodes have probably been the real tough watches.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great show. None of this has been a difficult watch. But none of it's really an easy watch either, because it's so intense and you're so focused on the characters. And obviously we've built these bonds with all of the people, all of the actors who are playing these soldiers who were in the military. And that was a tough episode. I knew about the concentration camps as well, of course. I mean, I know I've lived under a rock in terms of watching programs, but I've not lived under that much of a rock.
No.
They said, didn't they, 10 times as big. They were finding camps that were that big. But thank you for being with us on this one. Please let us know your thoughts down in the comments below, and give the video a like if you didn't do so already. We really do appreciate all of your support as we're working our way through this series, and we do love to hear from you. Have a fantastic day, whatever you're up to, and we'll see you back here for the final part.